Mukhang kailangan ko na naman palitan ng bubong ko, pare. Mag-iisang taon pa lang yan. May tulo na kagad.
Ay, bossing! Baka naman kasi hindi matibay yung ginamit nyo. Dapat ang gamitin mo ay cherry loom, ang yerong aluminum. Basta yero, cherry loom. Tibay protektado sa pangmatagalang yero.
Sa kapwa ko Pilipino, ipagmalaki ang galing na meron tayo. Ilantad ang likas nating talento at magdala ng saya sa mundo. Sa harap ng pagsubok ay di susuko. Para sa pangarap tayo'y porsigido. Magpakitang gilas na at magpapatalo. Ipag-iwang natin ang Pilipino. Yan ang Pinoy. Mula noon at hanggang ngayon, talento natin ang bida. Mula sa simpleng bakuran hanggang entablado natin ipakita. May pagsubok man ng Pinoy, pinalalakas ng saya. San man tayo sa pulo, Chumbe, Sibay, Lakay, Amiga. Sama-samang pakita ang galing nating katropa. Sa kapwa ko Pilipino.
Balik mula sa bakasyon, balik trabaho, balik saya. Di paano? Bangon na! Power and play na!
Power and Play with Com Noli Iyala.
Magandang umaga po sa inyo lahat mga kapatid. Nagbabalik po sa live mula sa mga studios po ng 1PH on Signal TV dito sa TV5 Media Center. Ito po ang Power and Play. Hatid sa inyo ng Cherry Loom, ang yerong may aluminum. Cherry Tigo, it's fun to drive. Chooks to go, ang nag-iisang manok ng bayan. True Religion, where passion meets power. And of course, we are powered by Smart. Live Smart. Naku, magandang umaga po. Kalagitnaan na pala ng Abril, ha? Binabati po natin lahat ng ating mga suki sa 92.3 Radyo 5 True FM. Lahat po ng ating uri ng manggagawa, lahat po ng mga suki natin ng mga security guard, dyan po sa mga palengke na nakikinig sa atin, mga pauwi sa kanilang mga trabaho, ang mga nanggaling sa call center, ha? Yung mga medyo maagang bumabarik dyan. At of course, lahat po ng mga nanonood sa atin on 1PH sa Signal TV, magandang umaga po sa inyo, lalong-lalo na dyan sa aming lugar sa San Pablo City. And of course, ang lahat po na nakatutok ng mga suki ng Power and Play all over the world via the Facebook Live, Facebook pages po ng Radyo 5, 1PH at ng Power and Play. Kamusta po ang inyong paggunita ng Holy Week? Kayo ba hoy, nakapag-relax na? Aba aba, sweldo pala ngayon, no, Jerjen? Naku nga pala, sweldo nga pala kahapon. Kaya ano ba, ubos na naman. Kasi bayad ng bakasyon. Naku alam niyo po, ako'y maswerte at nakapagpahinga ng konti. At ako po'y nagpapasalamat lamang sa lahat ng mga nakasama natin, ha. At tumulong lalong-lalo na po dyan sa Crusoe Cabins ng Landco, ha. Doon po sa Calatagan South Beach. Naku, napakaganda pong lugar niyan. Yung kanila pong cabins, para kayo nasa condo, very cozy, homey, very comfortable. Yung pong staff nila, world class ang serbisyo, ha. Mula po sa kanilang GM na si Sir Joseph, dun sa kanilang front desk si Jill at si Jenny. Lahat po ng mga attendants, pool attendants, yung pong kanilang aqua park, beautiful yung slide. Napakalinis pong lugar, and of course the beach. Yung kanilang aqua facilities, yung pong chef nila na nag-ihaw-ihaw sa harapan ng aming cabins. Meron pa pong libreng bike doon, ha, yung po sa Calatagan South Beach. Mike, kailangan sumama ka sa akin, Mike Santillan, ha. Dapat mag-summer outing ang Power and Play. Napakaganda po nung lugar na yan. Again, marami pong salamat sa lahat ng mga taga Crusoe Cabins, si Janine Wang na nag-ayos po nito, and of course ang aking kaibigan, senior consultant ng Landco, walang iba kundi si Mr. Patrick Gregorio. Thank you so much for fixing this getaway for us. nung pong Holy Week. Gusto ko rin po nga palang magpasalamat kasi nung sumunod na araw, nasa Baguio naman ako at ako po yung nag-anak ng kasal. Congratulations kay Captain Patrick Adalem at kay Mrs. Mimi Adalem. Naku, bagong buhay, bagong sakal. Kasal pala. Napakaganda nung kanilang wedding. And again, thank you so much sa mga kasama natin sa Forest Lodge. Nako, ang dami hong nanonood dyan pala ng Power and Play. And of course, ng PBA. So again, thank you so much sa lahat po ng mga taga-subaybay natin sa Baguio City. Talking about bagong buhay, well, yan po ang ating magiging tema ngayong araw pong ito ng ating palatuntunan. Kalagitnaan na naman ng Abril. Bagong buhay sa mga makakasama natin ngayong umagang ito. Sapagkat ang ating pong makakasama, unang-una, yung pong Philippine Women's Softball Team, yung Philippine Blue Girls na tinatawag nila, na ngayon po ay papasok sa World Cup ng softball. Gagawin po yan sa Italy sa July. So again, bago pong pagkakataon na maibalik ang isang sport na ika nga ang Pilipinas po ay naghari noong pong dekada 70. Kaya po mamaya makakasama natin sila live dito sa studio. Mamaya rin po ating makakapanayam, bagong buhay din para sa mga tiga Creamline Cool Smashers na kakakampiyon pa lamang sa PVL All-Filipino Conference. Ngayon naman, kasama sila ng ating Philippine Women's Volleyball or National Team, Women's Volleyball National Team, dyan po sa Japan, kung saan sila ay nagtitraining. Sila Michele Gumabao at si Tots Carlos, superstars ng Creamline. Bagong pagkakataong mayangat muli ang kanilang career at ang koponan ng Philippines sa volleyball. Mamaya po, atin pong ihahatid sa inyo ang ating interview sa kanila. At mamaya rin, bagong oportunidad, bagong pagkakataong maibalik ang kanyang career at mabigyan ng buhay ang isang prangkisa sa PBA na lumalaylay. Yan po si Coach Jeff Cariaso na bagong hirang na head coach ng Blackwater Bossing. Makakasama rin po natin siya ngayong umaga. So again, ang tema po natin ngayong umaga ay ang bagong pagkakataon at mga bagong oportunidad, bagong buhay para sa mga bisita nating ito. Pinag-usapan niya na kagabi, umarangkada na ang Barangay Ginebra kaya marami na naman nagsaya. Yung mga kasama natin dyan sa Forest Hills na inaabangan yung Game 3 kagabi. Congratulations sa Ginebra dahil sila po ay nanalo kagabi laban sa TNT 117-103. Umulan ng 3 kagabi, lalong-lalo na dun sa dulo sa fourth quarter kaya po umalagwa ang Barangay Ginebra. Lamang na sila sa serye, 2-1. Mamaya pag-uusapan pa natin yan. And of course, syempre, marami pa po tayong mga ipamimigay na mga premyo, kaya wag po kayong bibitiw. Ito po ang Power and Play at simulan na natin sa pamamagitan ng ating Sports Weekly Highlights.
Power and Play with Noli Iyala.
Simulan natin sa good news. Na-sweep ng Philippine Women's National Football Team ang unang round ng 2024 Olympic Qualifying Tournament. Kinumpleta ng Pilipinas ang sweep sa likod ng 4-0 victory kontra Hong Kong. Sa buong round 1, naka-16 na goals ang Pilipinas at may clean sheets sila sa 3 laban. Sa Oktubre na ang second round ng OQT. Naku, ang galing naman talaga nito mga babaeng ito. Laban Pilipinas sa isa pang women's squad nasa Japan. Kagaya na nabanggit ko kanina, nasa Japan na po ang Philippine Women's Volleyball Team para sa kanilang Southeast Asian Games training. May less than 1 month na lang ang mga heavy hitters para paghandaan ang biennial meet. 2005 pa huling nag-podium finish ang bansa sa SEA Games at target nilang tuldukan yan ngayong taon. Sa PBA, nagpalitan ng mga pyesa ang Magnolia Hotshots at Converge Fiber Xers. Nakuha ng hotshots sina Abu Tratter at David Morel. Kapalit niyan, ipinadala nila sa Converge si Adrian Wong at ang kanilang 2023 PBA draft pick. Speaking of Converge, nakahanap na ng bagong tahanan ng dating coach ng Fiber Xers. Pumirma ng 3-year deal si Jeff Cariaso sa Blackwater Bossing. Inaasahan si Cariaso na may aahon sa bottom half ng liga ang Blackwater matapos silang manalo ng 4 na laro sa nakaraang 2 komperensya. At sa PBA Governors Cup Finals, naku, ito yung pinag-uusapan ko kanina muling umabante sa serye ang Barangay Ginebra matapos takasan ng TNT Tropang Giga sa Game 3, 117 to 103. Nanguna para sa Gin King si Justin Brownlee na may 29 points. Kumamada rin ng 27 points at 22 markers sina Jamie Malonzo at Stanley Pringle. Bukas na ang Game 4 ng Finals at siguradong mainit na naman ang bakbakan na yan. At yan po ang buod ng mga balita sa Sports Weekly Highlights. Naku, napakaganda nung laban na yun. Alam niyo po, Ginebra kagabi nagpaulan ng 18 3-point shot. 18 out of 32 threes for a whopping 56.3% figure or 3-point percentage para sa kanilang kuponan. Si Pringle po, perfect from 3-point range, 6 out of 6. Samantalang si Jamie Malonzo, 6 out of 9. Tumulong pa dyan si Justin Brownlee, si Scotty Thompson, si Jeremiah Gray, of course si Christian Stan Hardinger, at kaya po walang maisagot. Ang nangyari kagabi, parang 3 kontra 2 ang laban 3 doon sa Ginebra, 2 lamang sa TNT, kaya sila po ay lumayo doon sa 4th quarter. So yan po ang ating pupulsuhan ngayong araw pong ito. Kasi nga nakikita natin na medyo doon po sa labanan ng import, nagka-cancel out lamang ang Ronde Hollis Jefferson at Justin Brownlee. Kumbaga halos match na match itong dalawang ito. Pero nagkakatalo sa mga local support. Kaya po ang ating pupulsuhan ngayong araw pong ito ay patungkol po dyan. Ito pong Pulso ng Bayan, hatid sa inyo ng Chooks to Go, nag-iisang manok ng bayan. Napakasarap po niyan. Ito po ang ating pupulsuhan ngayong araw pong ito. Maliban sa mga import na si Justin Brownlee at Ronde Hollis Jefferson, sino po ang player ng Ginebra at ng TNT na maaaring maging crucial sa title run ng kanilang team o ng kanyang team? Ulitin ko po yan. Maliban sa import, sino ang player ng Ginebra at TNT na maaaring maging mahalaga sa title run ng kanyang team? Magpadala lamang po ng inyong kuro-kuro kung gusto nyong manalo ng gift certificates mula sa Chooks to Go, nag-iisang manok ng bayan. Naku, napakasarap po ng Chooks to Go. At kami po ipipili sa kaduluduluhan ng show ng 2 maswerteng mananalo ng gift certificates mula sa Chooks to Go dito po sa ating Pulso ng Bayan. Alright, mga kaibigan, konti pang bigay premyo dito mula sa Power and Play. Ito naman ngayon, of course, ang patuloy na pamimigay ng e-wallet credits mula sa Joyride Super App sa ating pong top up promo sa Power and Play. Napakadali lamang po nitong promo ng Joyride kung saan magagamit nyo po 1,000 pesos e-wallet credits sa kanilang Joyride car, sa motorcycle taxi at sa kanilang delivery service. Simple lang po, i-download ang pinaka-latest na version ng Joyride Super App. Makikita nyo yung QR code, iscan nyo lang po yan at makukuha nyo na yung Joyride Super App. Kuhanan ng screenshot yung app's home screen, isama nyo po ang pangalan ninyo at ipadala yung screenshot sa PNP Facebook page via PM. Isama nyo po ang inyong buong pangalan at registered mobile number sa inyong Joyride account. Pipili po kami ng 5 mananalo ng 1,000 pesos JR Pay wallet credits para po sa delivery, sa motorcycle taxi at sa pinakabago nating offering ang Joyride car. Again, at the end of the show kami po ay pipili ng mga mananalo. Alright mga kapatid, syempre pag nagsimula ang Power and Play, usapang sports kagad. At simulan na natin ang ating huntahan sa pamamagitan ng Fast Take.
Power and Play with Noli Iyala.
At ang Fast Take ay hatid sa inyo ng Cherry Tigo. It's fun to drive. Nako, solo ride ang Fast Take ngayong araw pong ito. Pero I'm sure kayang-kaya ng ating bisita dahil suki na sa Fast Take. Walang iba kundi ang ating kaibigan mula sa Philippine Star, si Luisa Morales. Magandang umaga, Luisa!
Magandang umaga po ako.
Thank you so much for joining us this morning, Luisa. Kamusta ang Holy Week mo?
Okay naman po, na-enjoy naman po ng konti yung break pero back to the grind na tayo.
Oo nga kahit pa paano tumigil naman ng mga sports pero after that, nako, napakainit na ng labanan. Of course, ang pinakamainit na pinag-usapan, yung PBA Finals kung saan nasa Game 4 na tayo, kahapon nanalo ang Ginebra and I want to ask you about the Japet effect. Kahapon, sinubukan ni Coach Tim Cone kahit bahagya lamang itong si Japet Aguilar na nanggaling sa isang injury. Do you think that itong si Japet Aguilar could be the extra gear para talagang umangat na ang Ginebra?
Alam mo ko, very possible po, no? Kasi we all know naman po ngayon, very thin ang big man rotation po ng TNT with the injuries and with yung unfortunate na mga nangyayari po, no? Foul trouble din madalas si Poy Aram. So,
right.
I think having Japet be that extra big man talagang, kumbaga, it makes the biggest difference for them. And nakikita din naman po natin kung gaano kalaki po yung impact ng locals natin. Especially nga, we said the imports really cancel each other out.
Oo. Well, right now, it seems like, lalo na kahapon, napakita talaga yung problema ng TNT pagdating sa gitna. No, although si Ronde Hollis Jefferson has been amazing defending the paint. But syempre, sabi mo nga, nawala na si Justin Chua. Si Kelly Williams is also in and out at may kapansanan. So it's gonna be a very, very important position for them. I want to ask you, kakambyo ko ng konti because mamaya makakapanayam ko si Tots Carlos at si Michele Gumabao ng Creamline Cool Smashers. Nandun ngayon sila sa Japan at sila ay nagtitraining for the national team. But I want to ask you about Tots Carlos. She won her third PVL MVP at marami nagsasabi at her young age of about 24 years old that she is probably the most explosive player right there. How do you compare Tots Carlos kay Alyssa Valdez at this time of her career? Do you think na kaya ni Tots maabutin ang naabot ni Alyssa in her own career?
I think the numbers speak for themselves, no. With yung third niya po na PVL MVP, it actually ties Alyssa for they're both the winningest players na po ngayon for that award. And as we can see naman, different naman po yung set of skills din nila and there's I guess more power and more IQ on either side, no. They're both very effective in their own way, but I believe that si Tots po, especially coming from our alma mater po, no, UP, I think she has a lot of potential to really develop and nakita rin po yung versatility niya, no, because the first two MVPs she won as an opposite spiker and this time she did it as an open spiker, so nag-iba pa po siya ng posisyon and yet she remained as effective. So very bright future for her, no. She has more than a couple of years left sa volleyball career niya po.
Oo, and I'm sure itong kanyang pagpasok sa national team ay malaking bagay para sa ating koponan as we try to finally get back to the podium or get to the podium just sa Southeast Asian Games sa volleyball. Again, mga kapatid, mamaya po abangan ninyo yung ating interview with Michele Gumabao at ni Tots Carlos. Alright, Luisa! Alam ko, kayang-kaya mo naman sagutin ang mga issues natin this morning. Suking-suki ka na dito. Alam mo na ang drill. Bato-bato sa langit. Tamaan, huwag magagalit. And of course, walang tama, walang mali. Isa lang ang mahalaga, ang opinion ni Luisa Morales sa Fast Take. Alright, let's go with our first Fast Take issue of the morning. Ito ay patungkol sa isa pang mainit na pinag-uusapan ng bayan, ang NBA playoffs. Naku, ngayon po mga kapatid, play-in tournament at lumalamang ang Miami Heat kontra Chicago Bulls sa play-in 49-44. Pero alam natin, yan ay para maka-8th spot. The rest of the playoffs sa East and of course yung sa West mamaya maglalaban ng Thunder at saka Timberwolves ay tapos na. So ang tanong sa ating unang issue, ano ang magiging pinakamalaking surprise ng first round ng NBA playoffs para sa iyo, Luisa? 1 minute, go!
Tingin ko po, it will be very surprising that there is little regard po sa standings. Kumbaga, none of the teams will care if you're the first seed or the second seed. And kung 7 o 8 man ang kalaban, parang wala talagang nagsa-stand out po kasi na clear favorite sa mga matchups nila, no? Especially in the West, we see yung Grizzlies and Lakers and then Kings and Warriors, mga matchup. And it looks like magiging very entertaining po both. Now, when we talk about a 7-game series kasi di mo alam kung paano siya mag-unfold and di natin pwedeng sabihin, kasi first seed ka, through ka na to the next round, no? And then sa East, we have surprisingly entertaining din ang tingin ko sa magiging matchup between your Philly 76ers and the Brooklyn Nets, no? On paper, medyo baka isipin natin malaki disparity ng records nila, but as we can see, nagkakaroon din ng momentum yung either team. So, very competitive. I think there will be some upsets. I think the biggest surprise would be that the Lakers make the second round.
Wow!
With the momentum that they have, I think that they can do it po.
Wow, that's a big take. Well, I cannot disagree. Obviously, you know, pag LeBron James championship pedigree is a different animal, but of course, ang injury niya will be a big factor. And I totally agree with you. It will be a lot. It will be fun. Maraming sorpresa yan. Ako, I do not trust the top hierarchy of the West. Ako, I will go out on a limb. I think the Kings lose to the Warriors. I think that will be, for me, the biggest. Well, if you look at the rankings, dahil number 6 ang Warriors, number 3 ang Sacramento Kings, the lack of experience ng Sacramento might be a big disadvantage laban sa defending champions Golden State Warriors. I think they lose to the Kings, or rather to the Warriors. I think may possibility na matalo ng Clippers ang Suns. That's another big upset if that happens. I have doubts about the health of Kevin Durant. I don't think he'll be as effective, and their bench is not that deep. So ako, those are the two series that I'm watching out for. But of course, the Lakers against the Grizzlies, nako, napakabigat na laban na yan. That should be very, very interesting. That'll start in a couple of days. All right. Nako, ang bigat nung take kagad ni Luisa doon. Let's go to our second issue of the morning. Ito ay patungkol sa collegiate basketball. Recently, nakita natin ang dami-daming mga batang nire-recruit, mga Phil-Americans na pumupunta sa Pilipinas at naglalaban na ng mga koponan. Hindi lamang po sa UAAP, pati sa NCAA, including yung mga smaller leagues. At parang ngayon nararamdaman mo na, ano ba to? Mga professional na ba to sa nangyayaring recruitment? So ang tanong, sa likod ng mainit na recruitment programs ng mga college leagues, dapat bang mas higpitan ang rules sa mga pwedeng i-offer ng teams sa potential recruits? I'll give you 1 minute, Luisa. Go.
And I've heard nga din po, with the way that things are unfolding, para tayong nasa free agency, na parang ang professional na po tinuturing itong mga recruits, yung mga transferees and mga freshmen. But for me po kasi medyo open secret, yung mga offerings ng iba't ibang mga universities or colleges sa kanila. But I think hindi na po kasi plausible na talagang i-implement natin, I think, yung current rules na meron na yung wala masyadong freebies or wala man lang bonuses para po sa mga atleta. Kasi nagiging way rin naman po ito ng athletes para po makaangat sa buhay. So we know a lot of them are leaning on scholarships and supporting po yung mga families nila, especially mga galing po sa provinces. So sa tingin ko po, ang pwedeng maging magandang mangyari is to be transparent with what we're offering, and maybe implementing bodies can meet with stakeholders and set practical parameters, and yun na po siguro yung ma-implement natin. Siguro po kasi medyo nagbago na rin yung environment ngayon ng ating recruitment sa college basketball.
Well, totoo yan. Talagang nagbago na ang mundo ng basketball. Sabi mo nga, paraan para sa mga kabataan na maiahon ang kanilang buhay sa pamamagitan ng sports, hindi lamang sa basketball, other sports in the collegiate leagues in the UAAP, for instance. And I agree. I'm a big believer in the open market, pero I'm also a big believer in the regulations. In the US, ang NCAA has already passed, magkaroon ng desisyon ng Supreme Court dyan, na yung mga atleta ay dapat mabenepisyuhan ng paggamit ng kanilang image and likeness. Ganun na nangyayari ngayon, nagagamit ng mga players ng mga collegiate leagues, pero hindi nakikinabang ang mga atleta. Ang nakikinabang ay ang mga liga at ang mga commercial partners. I think kung meron mang recruitment na nangyayaring ganyan, dapat kahit papano mabenepisyuhan ang mga atleta. But I think at the end of the day, ito po ang akin laging sinasabi, education should come first. And if there's any kind of carrot na pwedeng ibigay sa recruitment, it should be pagalingan ng education because yan pa rin ang sasandalan ng kabataan after their sports careers. Alright, let's go to our third and final issue of the morning. Nako, patungkol sa bagong hirang at mamaya makakasama ko rin dito sa Power and Play na head coach ng sa PBA. Si Jeff Cariaso, alam natin, ay bagong head coach ng Blackwater Bossing. So ang tanong, si Jeff Cariaso na ba ang mag-aahon sa Blackwater para mapunta sila bilang contender sa PBA? 1 minute, Luisa. Go!
And syempre alam naman po natin na hindi naman lagi nakatuon lang sa isang tao ang fate ng isang team, especially in a league like the PBA, no? Hindi naman po siguro mama-magic ni Coach Jeff yung Blackwater ng ganun-ganun na lang. We'll have to see first if yung system po ba niya is mag-work out with the team and also kung ano po ba yung magiging pyesa niya when the time comes. Pero alam natin kung ano din po yung caliber ni Coach Jeff and he'll definitely be a big asset sa kanila. Kumbaga, he has a lot under his belt, yung experience of winning and losing, no, na makakatulong po talaga sa pag-adjust ng team dun sa current situation nila. It will be, I guess, up to the management to get the key players, keep the core, and of course, for yung mga players na mag-adhere po sa system ni Coach Jeff to be more competitive. But definitely for me, sa bossing po, it's definitely a step in the right direction. Kasi obviously, nakita po natin it hasn't really been working for them and the change is really, may room po talaga for that kasi dun sa nangyayari ngayon, it doesn't seem to be working. So, a fresh start for them.
I like that. I like what you said. Step in the right direction, fresh start. And I think yun ang pinakamalaking indication dito sa pagpili kay Coach Jeff Cariaso. Alam niyo po si Coach Jeff was very close to me. Ako ang nagdala sa kanya. Nagtatrabaho na po yan sa US. Nagretiro na siya sa basketball. I brought him back to be an assistant of Coach Tim Cone when Coach Tim Cone came back sa San Miguel. And alam ko ang kanyang kakayahan. I think he's not the answer to everything. He certainly is a good addition. But at the end of the day, alam nyo, maraming factors, players coming in. Sabi nga ni Luisa, mahalaga yung pyesa na hawak ng team. But I think it's really commitment to winning, the culture of winning. Dapat makita natin yan sa Blackwater Bossing Management. And I think picking up Coach Jeff Cariaso is a step in the right direction in the words of Luisa Morales. Luisa, maraming salamat for being such a trooper. I enjoy everything that you do. I hope to see you again sa Fast Take next time. Maraming salamat.
Thank you. Thank you po, Com. And a quick lang po, happy anniversary to my parents. They're celebrating 34 years of marriage.
Oh, happy anniversary, ma'am. Happy anniversary.
Thank
Naku,
you,
nakakatuwa. Sana mag-celebrate kayo na mahusay. Thank you so much. Luisa Morales mula sa Philippine Star. Maraming salamat po. Again, happy anniversary kay Mr. and Mrs. Morales. Alright, mga kapatid, bago tayo magpatuloy, isa muna pong paalala mula sa ating mga kaibigan from Smart. Puso Pilipinas is a movement to celebrate the Filipino athlete powered by Smart. Follow them on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. Get a chance to win exclusive Puso Pilipinas merch by sharing their Facebook page in your social media accounts with hashtag Puso Pilipinas. The Giga Life app is the latest mobile app from Smart that lets you discover and enjoy your passions with the different Giga promos. It can be downloaded and used by Smart Postpaid, Smart Prepaid, Bro Prepaid, and TNT subscribers via the Apple or Google Play Store. What can the Giga Life app do for me? Check your balance, monitor your current subscription, top up using debit credit card, subscribe to the latest Giga promos, monitor your data consumption, auto-detect your mobile number when you are connected to Smart Network one-tap subscription to the most popular offer, Giga Video 99. And of course, Power and Play is powered by Smart. Live Smart! Sa amin pong pagbabalik, ang ating pong mga kasama, Head Coach ng Blackwater Bossing, Coach Jeffrey Cariaso. Ito po ang Power and Play, hatid sa inyo ng Cherry Loom, Cherry Tigo, Chooks to Go, at ng True Religion. Ang oras po natin, 8:31 ng umaga.
I dare to dream big. To be a voice of my generation. To inspire resilience in the face of roadblocks. And in sharing my stories, I let others share in my passion.
Follow Kai's stories on Twitter and share yours with Smart Double Giga Stories. Share 2 times the passion with 2 gigabytes for Twitter and more. Guaranteed every day, plus data for all sites.
Simple, smart ako.
Nag-uumapaw sa real chicken juice na swak sa panlasa ng buong pamilya. Available in sweet roast, pepper roast, at harissa roast variants. Chooks to go. Masarap kahit walang sauce. Tawag na sa Chooks to Go Delivery Hotline 8687-1010 o online sa chookstogodelivery.com or via GrabFood at Foodpanda.
Ang first fun serye ng trending kilig duo, Gerald Napoles
Ngayon pa ba susuko ang PBA?
at Kim Molina.
Gusto ko lang naman ng simple at masayang birthday para sa anak na.
Ang pamilya ang bida sa pagmamahalan, ang bida rin sa katatawanan.
Hindi ko talaga makita kung ano nakita mo dito sa asawa mo!
2 minutes to mention. Best Nainay.
Best Taytay! Best family ever!
Team A tuwing Sabado 9:30 p.m. Tutok na sa TV5.
Mukhang kailangan ko na naman palitan ng bubong ko, pare. Mag-iisang taong pa lang yan. May tulo na kagad.
Ay, bossing! Baka naman kasi hindi matibay yung ginamit nyo. Dapat ang gamitin mo ay Cherry Loom, ang yerong aluminum. Basta yero, Cherry Loom. Tibay protektado sa pangmatagalang yero. Barangay Ginebra versus TNT Tropang Giga magsasalpukan sa finals. Painit ang tapatan sa PBA Hardcourt.
There's a shot by Thompson. Yes!
Matira ang matibay.
Jason Castro with a flurry attack on the other side.
Siguradong hindi ka bibitiw sa mga pangmalakasang laban. Tutukan at panoorin ang kupunang titindig hanggang dulo sa PBA Governor's Cup Finals. Wednesdays, Fridays, and Sundays. Live na live sa TV5 and One Sports.
Mukhang kailangan ko na naman palitan ng bubong ko, pare. Mag-iisang taong pa lang yan. May tulo na kagad.
Ay, bossing! Baka naman kasi hindi matibay yung ginamit nyo. Dapat ang gamitin mo ay Cherry Loom, ang yerong aluminum. Basta yero, Cherry Loom. Tibay protektado sa pangmatagalang yero. NBA fans, are you ready? NBA is back! Mas pinatinding NBA experience! Mas kapanapanabik at maksyong NBA basketball moments! Don't miss the new season of the NBA every Monday and Friday on One Sports and every Saturday and Sunday on TV5. Always a fan of the NBA.
Mukhang kailangan ko na naman palitan ng bubong ko, pare. Mag-iisang taong pa lang yan. May tulo na kagad.
Ay, bossing! Baka naman kasi hindi matibay yung ginamit nyo. Dapat ang gamitin mo ay Cherry Loom, ang yerong aluminum. Basta yero, Cherry Loom. Tibay protektado sa pangmatagalang yero.
Tutukan gabi-gabi ang malalimang pagsisiyasat ng mga napapanahong balita. Hihimayin ang iba't ibang anggulo para sa mas malawak na diskusyon at impormasyon. Samahan sina Ed Lingao at Mian Los Baños mula sa Frontline tonight, Lunes hanggang Biyernes, 10:35 p.m. sa TV5.
Mukhang
Kailangan ko na naman palitan ng bubong ko, pare. Mag-iisang taon pa lang yan. May tulo na kagad.
Ay, bossing! Baka naman kasi hindi matibay yung ginamit nyo. Dapat ang gamitin mo ay Cherry Loom, ang yerong aluminum. Basta yero, Cherry Loom. Tibay protektado sa pangmatagalang yero.
Broadcasting from the Radyo 5 Studios in Reliance Street, Mandaluyong City, in Mega Manila. 25,000 watts of true broadcast quality. Mas pinalakas, mas pinalawak, mas pinalinaw na tunog ng AM sa FM. Ito ang 92.3 Radyo 5 True FM. True FM. Dito tayo sa totoo. It's a true summer sa Radyo 5 True FM. Dito tayo sa totoo.
Nagbabalik po tayo sa Power and Play dito po sa Radyo 5, 1PH and of course on Facebook Live. Naimbag nga bigat kada kayo amin sa ating po mga kaibigan at mga suki sa San Esteban, Ilocos Sur and of course sa Urdaneta, Pangasinan. Kamusta rin po sa lahat ng ating mga kaibigan dyan po sa Pampanga, lalong-lalo na po sa Pradera Golf and Country Club. Kahapon kinakamusta ko yung aking kaibigan si Randy, ang aking partner dun sa Merry Mix-Up, Randy Reyes. Merry Mix-Up ng Forest Hills. Nako hindi naman ako yung nagtatanong number 1 pa lang kami ngayon. Kasalukuyan sa Division 1. Number 1, -4 po kami kahapon at nag-iintay pa kami ng mga ibang mga manlalaro. Sana patuloy na mamayagpag ang aming score. Oy, siya nga pala, isang pagbati ng happy birthday sa ama ng ating producer, si Mike Santillan, si Joey S. Joey Santillan, happy birthday in advance. Advance ba? Mike, advance para sa daddy mo? Si Joey po, alam nyo po, hindi nyo na itatanong, ang father ng aking producer na si Mike, dati ko pong statistician nung ako po ay nagko-cover ng PBA games. Ganun ho, kagwapo at kakisig at kabata yang si Joey sa Santillan. Nakasama ko po yan sa coverage, hindi lamang nung TV, nung radyo pa namin. Kasama ko na yung ama ni Santi, ni Mike, dyan sa PBA coverage. So again, happy birthday. I also want to greet my son, a belated happy birthday last week. Jacobo, I hope you had a great time and a lot of fun. Alright mga kapatid, alam nyo po, pinag-uusapan natin ang patuloy na galawan sa PBA. And of course, the biggest news was the change in the coaching position in Blackwater Bossing. At ngayon po makakasama natin straight at ating makukuha ang mga pangyayari straight from the horse's mouth, ika nga, from no other than the head coach, the new head coach of Blackwater Bossing, Coach Jeff Cariaso. Coach Jeff, good morning.
Hi, Tom. Good morning. Thank you for having me on. Always nice to see you.
It's always good to see you. You know, I always bump into you, and I'm just so happy when I heard the news that you're finally back after 8 months, no? And before I ask you about that, Jeff, you know, in those 8 months, because you left Converge August 10 of last year, and you know, you came back now with Blackwater. How did you spend that time, aside from the fact that I see you always in the supermarket? were you keeping tab of the PBA? Were you keeping tab, Jeff?
To be honest with you, that first conference that I was not a part of, I was not keeping tabs. I purposely stayed away. You know, it was my first time in my career. Kasi isipin mo, I've been so blessed, and I really believe that, because imagine, I've been playing since 95, right? And then I retired in 2010. I took 1 year off, went to the States.
Yes.
And then in 2011, dire-diretso na yun as a coach. So non-stop, I've always had a team. And again, just feeling really blessed. And for this to happen in August 10, like you said, it was my first personal reset. So first time ko na nasa Philippines tayo na wala tayong team. We did not have a team for the first time. It's really it was really a little bit, you know, of a change. And I used it to kind of reset myself and obviously spend more time with family.
Well, I saw you, and you obviously you looked happy, with your family, with your children, and Erica, and it's just so good to have you back because the PBA needs people like you. So I want to ask you about that, Coach Jeff. How did this coaching job land on your doorsteps, on your lap? Was it offered to you? Did you apply for it? Tell us about this, Jeff.
Sure, Com. Honestly, I during, like I said, the first conference back, I did not want any part of the PBA. As the second conference started, sabi ko, what if I try covering games? Because they have been asking, Coach Ryan Gregorio has been so supportive and always encouraging me. Jeff, why don't you try covering? You should be here. Because I watched the finals between Ginebra and the Dragons. And when they saw me, he said, you know what, try covering. So make a long story short, I started to cover games just this conference com.
Wow.
And then it's there where Boss Siliman of Blackwater came up to me and asked for my phone number.
Oh, really? He was there as well.
When he asked, he was there because I think he was also watching.
Okay.
And I just happened to be sitting close to him, and he came up to me, asked for my number, and then 4 days later, I had a meeting with him.
Wow.
4 days after that, I had a meeting with Boss Giseldo.
Yeah.
And then after that, it just kept on rolling, Com. And again, very blessed to be back.
Wow, that is amazing. I mean, parang talagang coincidence. It just was destined to be that way. When you tell me about keeping tab on the PBA and of course becoming a commentator, obviously you knew about Blackwater's record of futility. That 29-game losing streak, their record in the last conference of 1 win in 11 games. So I guess the logical question is, why Blackwater, Jeff? Aren't you afraid, to go down the path of the other coaches that had, really had problems with Blackwater? Hindi ka ba takot doon, Coach?
Well, welcome. How I look at it is this, and there's really two sides to it. One is my passion to still coach.
Right.
And being given an opportunity by Blackwater, for me, I take it as a personal blessing again, because I will be able to continue to coach and improve. And I feel I still have lots to give, and I'd like to share what I know now to our new Blackwater team. Given the history of Blackwater, understanding their history and the struggles that they've been going through the past few years, to me, the way I look at that is every team will have its own challenge. Every team will have its own problems and dilemmas. We hope to change in my way of, obviously, with the support of management, just, the little things that affects winning. And number one is culture. Number one is how you play together. All those matter and are the minute details on why teams win. Mm-hmm. Obviously, you need talent. Mm-hmm. And to be honest with you, we have players, and I think currently we have a good mix of veterans and young players. So is this the team? Is this the team right now? I mean, I can honestly, that's going to win a championship today. I would honestly say there still needs to be a few adjustment in regards to the lineup. Is that all going to happen overnight? Hindi siya mangyayari overnight, Come. So I understand that. As long as there's an understanding of patience and being able to keep the assets that we're going to be able to acquire within the next year,
right?
I think, again, there's really no way to go but up.
Nabanggit mo nga, and kanina, Jeff, that you were already an analyst. So obviously you saw some of the games of Blackwater even before you became head coach. Taking stock of the current team and how they played in the last conference, anong problema? What is your assessment of Blackwater bossing? Aside from, of course, the culture and the mindset, but the X's and O's. What do you think is the problem? What does this team lack?
Attention to details, attention to details. So for me, I think I've been again fortunate enough to be under good coaches. Coach Tim for once. I was a deputy for Alex Compton.
Right.
I worked with Coach Topex, Coach Louis Ala. So there are a lot of good coaches. And just remembering also when I was a player, just my coaches. But attention to details has always been me. So to say, I think breaking things down and calling the attention of the minute and the little details will again affect the bigger picture. So I think that's what's lacking. If you notice, there's so many games that there's that they had chances to win that they should have won.
Right. Yeah.
And they just come up short down the stretch, or someone makes a lucky shot. But really, there's so many games, especially this last conference, where they are better than the 111 or 110 record that they eventually showed. So it's really just that. For me, just the attention to details is something I'm gonna want to bring into that.
You mentioned in one of your interviews that you want to improve the mindset and the culture of this team. How do you begin, Coach?
By again understanding first the mentality, parang the mentality level of the team. And what I mean about that is, where are they mentally? Like as of today, how are they mentally? And then how can I help improve that? Obviously we want to come in, and we're going to come in with an attitude of, this is a new start. It's a new group of coaches that's going to lead you. We're gonna tweak minor things and improve other things in how we do things. So we're gonna pay attention to how we practice, when we practice, how we talk to each other. All that is gonna be a part of that quote unquote culture that we're trying to bring in. But when you come in, initially, and it'll be my first time on Monday to meet the players.
Oh wow!
But when I come in, it'll be the first time to meet them. I've met the coaching and the staff and management already. It'll be my first time to meet the players.
Nice.
But I want to come in with them seeing and believing that it's a new start and we have something to look forward to. Something positive.
I read that you were given a three-year deal by Mr. Giselle Ducy and of course the management. And part of that, item that I read was that you were given free reign. So my question, Coach, is what does that mean to you? What does free reign mean to you? Are you now going to be allowed to make the decisions on trades solely, or is this still part of a team? And how do you use that particular power to make those changes?
Right. So obviously, that was one of the first questions I had. It's you can even call it one of the tougher questions that you ask when you go into an interview and a conversation. We are a team, and I don't think any one person has a sole ability, except for Sir Giseldo, to be the only decision maker. But we have discussed that within the formation of the team, they are going to allow me to form the team that we feel is what we want.
That's good.
So it starts with trade opportunities. It really starts with our asset in the draft. So we have the number 2 pick, and I've shared with them that this number 2 pick, we need to look at it as he's going to be our franchise player.
Wow.
So we hope that players now will see a change in Blackwater, and will want to also come and be part of what we're creating and starting. So to me, again, it's always going to be a team. I respect and know that I have a management and I have a boss to report to also. But what's nice to hear is they're really valuing what I have to say and the decision that I'd like, especially in regards to forming the team that we feel is not just competitive but consistently competitive.
Well, that's terrific. It's good to hear that you will have a say on things moving forward. And I guess that's my next question. It's a 3-year contract for you, so obviously you've plotted your 3 years. What are your goals for the next 3 years? Because as you said, success won't come overnight. It will be a long, hard process. So what are you looking at in the next 3 years, Coach, in terms of how Blackwater will progress in this process?
Correct. Obviously we wanted the 3 years because I think that's a good measure and enough time to really see what we're trying to establish here. And again, aside from the culture and the players that we want and the team that we want, 3 years will allow us to again. It's not going to be perfect. We know how rocky it is. We know that the tough task ahead of us. But to me, it gives us that enough time to again gel together. It gives us enough time to develop, to learn from each other, to go through our struggles, and to be able to find a way to improve on mistakes that we've made and how we've been playing. So little things like that. So again, I'm blessed to be given that amount of time. I told the bosses that it'll just be the beginning, and we hope to continue this process. But again, the what we expect is we're not just going to show up. That's not enough. We're pro players, we're PBA players, and that's kind of like the mindset we want to establish. Is it's not enough to just show up and compete. We want to go out there and win because that's why we're there. Yeah. And of course, it's harder. It's difficult, but we teams still have to play us. So why not just seek higher goals and go from there.
So in other words, Coach, if you break down the 3 years, are you looking at this first year is a rebuild, maybe improve the record? In the second year, you're in the quarterfinals or in the semis. Is there some kind of roadmap, and is there some kind of expectation coming from management as well?
I think in regards to expectation is we always want to make sure that we are a playoff team. So I think first and foremost, that's a fair expectation, is to consistently be a playoff team.
That's right.
And then how basketball is different come in the playoffs. You have to be better. You have to be your star players needs to really step up and carry you and things of that nature. But yes, I would say just to first, even this kicking off this first All-Filipino, no questions. Our goal is to make the playoffs, try to make the highest seed that we can possible to give us a chance to kind of extend, our playoff stint.
All right. Well, you said you're going to meet your players only tomorrow, so this is a really good time for me to ask you. When you look at that lineup, what gives you, the positive feeling? Players that you feel, can still step up and could be a part of that core that will be part of the rebuild of Blackwater.
Oh, you sound like you've been part of our coaching meetings. That's a really great question. To be honest with you, like I said, I am really happy with the current lineup that's there.
Right.
Now, is it the final one? Realistically, probably not, because you need to improve in a couple aspects, a couple positions. But to be honest with you, it's exciting to have guys like Amer Baser. He is in his prime right now at 30. So you still have Troy Rosario there. So Troy, we're hoping to bring out his best still. I think he has more to show us. He has shown that he can be that top level guy. So he's going to be a big part of what we do. But then you have veterans that you can rely on. Mike DeGregorio's there, Yusuf Taha's there. And then the young guns come. You're exciting to see like an RK Ilagan.
Right.
Exciting to see Tyrus Hill.
Wow.
I think Tyrus is going to be given an opportunity to really blossom here with me. And then I'm interested to see, because I know they could play, but I'm really interested to see how guys like Toralba performs. see how I can help him. And then McCarthy's still there. So yeah, we have some good pieces that have been through the wars. It's really just trying to help them get over the hump.
Well, having a coach like you obviously is a fresh start for them, and it'll really give them a lot of inspiration to see the kind of hard work that you do, because that's who you are. Right. That's the kind of player you are, and I'm sure that'll rub off on all of the players. Before I let you go, Coach, I know you got a trip somewhere, and I want to take this opportunity. This is your 4th time to be head coach, and you are back. And obviously it's a great challenge for you. What has been the biggest learning from your past 3 head coaching positions that you bring to Blackwater that maybe will make you a better coach, will make this a better team?
Well, I think one of the things that I was thinking about, so I did have the 8 months to again reset and think about, the past and how I was with the coach, because again, you want to go into your next stint or next opportunity better and improve. I think if there's one thing, if you're asking for one thing that I've learned, I think the importance of just continuously building relationships with each player is really crucial. Understanding them more and getting to know them more, and not just on a surface level where it's hi and bye, your normal greeting. It's really getting to know them, because I think through relationship you find what inspires them, what motivates them, what will hurt them also, and things that can affect how they play. So we want to always bring, again, a positive attitude. I think this team has gone through, again, the suffering that's really hard to comprehend unless you're part of that.
Wow. Yeah.
So understanding that aspect, and the basketball part, we know we can change. We know we can help them improve. Right. It's really just a mindset moving forward. So we want that championship level mindset that, these guys are going to be motivated each and every day. So building relationships, it starts with building, better relationships with them.
I want to ask this last question, and I'll pick up from that point of suffering that all of the players have suffered gone through experience in Blackwater. Obviously, we know why. And also with you, Coach, and I guess this is my last question. How much is the fear of failure going to be a motivation for you?
I think it's understanding that that's always a part of it. So regardless if I was with Ginebra or with Alaska or even that first and only conference with Converge, we know that, again, there's 11 other teams out there who are inspiring and are motivated for the same goal. So what are we bringing in that's different? What can we bring in so that we can actually reach and be on top of that mountain? So it's really just that. The fear, I think we've been in this setting in regards to a basketball team, whether a player or as a coach, long enough where it's really a part of it. You can't allow that to fear you. So that's why I didn't allow that to fear me when I was deciding on taking on this job or this opportunity.
Yeah.
We know it's going to be tough, but even if I was at Ginebra, there's still a challenge. There's still pressure. There's still, all that. You still got to play all the teams, So I look at it as an opportunity, again, to hopefully better and improve the team. And then, let's just go out there and see what happens, as long as we're doing it the right way.
Well, I have full faith, trust, and confidence in your skills. But more than that, it's really the gifts that you have of being, relating with people. I've seen that. You're a terrific person on and off the court. And I'm sure Blackwater Bossing is a better team already just having you around. Congratulations on your assignment, Coach Jeff. I will be focused on Blackwater, and I'm looking forward to the great games under your coaching leadership. Thank you for joining us this morning, and good luck on your trip.
Okay. Thank you, Com. I really appreciate it. Thanks for the support. You know, it really means a lot. So always a pleasure to be here. Let me know if you'd want me to come back.
I
But
will.
thank you again, and I hope to see you soon.
See you soon. Maraming salamat. Mga kaibigan, ang bago pong head coach ng Blackwater Bossing, no other than Coach Jeff Cariaso. Well, just a terrific pickup for Blackwater. I'm sure it'll be an exciting time for them, and we're looking forward to the changes that will be made by Coach Jeff sa kanilang koponan. Alright, bago tayo mag-break, silipin muna natin ang ating mga pop culture at viral videos sa mundo ng palakasan sa Stop and Pop.
Power and Play with Com Noli Iyala.
Ang video po natin ngayong umagang ito ay pinamangkatang net violation. Ito panoorin nyo ito. Mahirap po maglaro ng volleyball nang walang net. Kaya nagpresenta ang isang player na ito na siya na lang daw ang gawing net. Sabi niya, gawin mo akong net, ako na lang. Ayun, ginawa nga siyang net at nag-spike yung isa. Ayun, sa pool, sa mukha. Gugustuhin mo ba bang maging human net? At yan po ang ating Stop and Pop. Naku, sakit naman ng palong yun. Alright, when we come back, mga kaibigan, makakasama po natin live in the studio, the Philippine Blue Girls. Papunta na po sa Softball World Cup. Ito po ang Power and Play. Hatid sa inyo ng Cherry Loom, Cherry Tigo, Chooks to Go at ng True Religion. Ang oras po natin, 3 minuto makaraan ng 9:00 ng umaga.
I dare to dream big, to be a voice of my generation, to inspire resilience in the face of roadblocks. And in sharing my stories, I let others share in my passion.
Follow Kai's stories on Twitter and share yours. With Smart Double Giga Stories. Share 2 times the passion with 2 gigabytes for Twitter and more. Guaranteed every day, plus data for all sites.
Simple, smart ako.
Nag-uumapaw sa real chicken juice na swak sa panlasa ng buong pamilya. Available in sweet roast, pepper roast, at harissa roast variants. Chooks to Go. Masarap kahit walang sauce. Tawag na sa Chooks to Go Delivery Hotline 8687-1010 o online sa chookstogodelivery.com or via GrabFood at Foodpanda.
Mukhang kailangan ko na naman palitan ng bubong ko, pare. Mag-iisang taong pa lang yan. May tulo na kagad.
Ay, bossing! Baka naman kasi hindi matibay yung ginamit nyo. Dapat ang gamitin mo ay Cherry Loom, ang yerong aluminum. Basta yero, Cherry Loom. Tibay protektado sa pangmatagalang yero.
Tutukan gabi-gabi ang malalimang pagsisiyasat ng mga napapanahong balita. Hihimayin ang iba't ibang anggulo para sa mas malawak na diskusyon at impormasyon. Samahan sina Ed Lingao at Mian Los Baños mula sa Frontline tonight, Lunes hanggang Biyernes, 10:35 p.m. sa TV5.
Mukhang kailangan ko na naman palitan ng bubong ko, pare. Mag-iisang taong pa lang yan. May tulo na kagad.
Ay, bossing! Baka naman kasi hindi matibay yung ginamit nyo. Dapat ang gamitin mo ay Cherry Loom, ang yerong aluminum. Basta yero, Cherry Loom. Tibay protektado sa pangmatagalang yero.
Na-miss mo ba ang game kagabi? Gusto mo bang malaman ang latest happening sa sports? Like and follow us on social media. Pwede mo nang balik-balikan ang mga paborito mong games anytime, kahit saan. At pwede mo nang i-share sa tropa. Dito lang tayo sa nag-iisang go-to tambayan ng lahat at One Sports PHL on social media.
Mukhang kailangan ko na naman palitan ng bubong ko, pare. Mag-iisang taong pa lang yan. May tulo na kagad.
Ay, bossing! Baka naman kasi hindi matibay yung ginamit nyo. Dapat ang gamitin mo ay Cherry Loom, ang yerong aluminum. Basta yero, Cherry Loom. Tibay protektado sa pangmatagalang yero.
Barangay Ginebra versus TNT Tropang Giga magsasalpukan sa finals. Painit ang tapatan sa PBA Hardcourt.
There's a shot by Thompson. Yes!
Matira ang matibay.
Jason Castro with a flurry attack on the other side.
Siguradong hindi ka bibitiw sa mga pangmalakasang laban. Tutukan at panoorin ang kupunang titindig hanggang dulo sa PBA Governors Cup Finals. Wednesdays, Fridays, and Sundays. Live na live sa TV5 and One Sports.
Mukhang kailangan ko na naman palitan ng bubong ko, pare. Mag-iisang taong pa lang yan. May tulo na kagad.
Ay, bossing! Baka naman kasi hindi matibay yung ginamit nyo. Dapat ang gamitin mo ay Cherry Loom, ang yerong aluminum. Basta yero, Cherry Loom. Tibay protektado sa pangmatagalang yero.
Dito tayo sa totoo. Masarap pakinggan ang katotohanan. Dito tayo sa totoo. Walang kasinungalingan. Tunay na kapatid, iyong maaasahan. Saan man sa bansa at sa mundo na may Pilipino. Dito tayo sa totoo.
25,000 watts ng totoong tunog ng FM radio. Totoong pinalakas, totoong pinagtibay ng mga batikang mamamahayag sa paghahatid ng news, public service, entertainment, music, information, at inspiration para sa bawat kapatid, bawat Pilipino. Ito ang 92.3 Radyo 5 True FM. Dito tayo sa totoo. Totoong summer na. It's a true summer sa 92.3 Radyo 5 True FM. Dito tayo sa totoo.
Mayang buntag sa ating po mga kasama at mga suki sa Cebu City. And of course, happy summer sa lahat po ng mga nagbe-beach dyan sa Boracay Island. Bago po tayo magpatuloy at kasama natin ang ating mga bisita dito sa loob ng studio, magpapasalamat lang po kami sa aming mga tagapagtaguyod ng Power and Play. Unahin ko na po of course ang Cherry Loom, ang yerong may aluminum. Kapag sa ganitong pabago-bago ang panahon mga kapatid, sobrang init, tapos minsan uulan, kailangan natin ng matibay at protektadong bubong. Dapat ang bubong ay yerong may aluminum. Kapag may aluminum, tsak na pang matagalan. At isa lang alam kong dekalidad na yerong may aluminum, yan ang Cherry Loom. Tibay protektado sa pang matagalang yero. Cherry Loom, ang yerong may aluminum. Maraming salamat, parang Elmer Ngo. Cherry Tigo 8 Pro, how neat it is to have a 7-seater SUV that has a powerful engine, world-class safety standards, and the latest tech features. Bet you didn't know that the all-new Cherry Tigo 8 Pro has all these features and more at a very affordable price range. Cherry Tigo 8 Pro is equipped with a 1.6 turbocharged gasoline direct injection engine, an advanced driver assistance system, and 12 other safety features, including integrated cruise assist, lane departure warning, and traffic sign recognition. The flagship Tigo 8 Pro allows you more control of the wheel. What's great is you can also join the green revolution with Cherry Tigo 8 Pro plug-in hybrid electric vehicle or PHEV. So book a test drive now via www.cherryauto.ph or visit a Cherry dealership near you.
Thank you!
Chooks to Go, ang nag-iisang manok ng bayan. Subukan ang kanilang pinakabagong oven-roasted chicken na mas pinasarap dahil sa nag-uumapaw na flavorful chicken juice. Subukan ang kanilang mga variants na harissa roast, sweet roast at pepper roast. Subukan din ang Chooks, the first dine-in restaurant ng Chooks to Go. Chooks to Go, ang nag-iisang manok ng bayan.
Thank you!
True religion is in the Philippines, where passion meets power Experience it firsthand. For your best style choices, visit True Religion at Conrad S. Maison Mall of Asia Complex, Resorts World Manila, and Hacienda Designer Outlet Silang Cavite. Visit their newest branch at Grand Wing, Newport City, Resorts World Manila. True Religion, where passion meets power.
Thank you!
Joyride, ang bago ninyong kasundo. Mga kasundo, first booking nyo, use promo code JRMC Taxi para makakuha ng 50% off on your first MC Taxi ride. Ano pa hinihintay nyo? Download the JR Super App on Google Play Store and the App Store. Book Joyride Motorcycle Taxi for safe, affordable, quality, and fast rides.
Thank you!
Elms Seafood Paluto, the latest offering of the Elms Resto Bar Group, located at Unit 2, ground floor, Calle Bistro, Ever Commonwealth, Quezon City. Enjoy their delectable seafood menu in a relaxed casual dining atmosphere for your Salu-Salu seafood meal. Elms Seafood Paluto.
Thank you!
Skin, your face and body anti-aging center with branches at Alabang Town Center and Green Hills, San Juan. For your skin assessments and treatment schedule, call 0917-890-1640 or 0977-809-8886.
Thank you!
ASEA Subic Beach Resort. Experience the getaway that you deserve and dive into limitless happenings, rejuvenating experiences, and gastronomic adventures. ASEA Subic Beach Resort.
Thank you!
And of course, Power and Play is powered by Smart. Live Smart.
Thank you!
Maraming salamat po sa lahat ng mga tagapagtaguyod. Ngayon pong lalo na ngayon, papasok na kami sa aming ika-6 na taon ng Power and Play. Alright mga kaibigan, at this point, ipapasok ko na po ang ating feature this morning sa ating Slam Book.
Power and Play with Noli Iyala.
Ang ating po mga kasama ngayon ay miyembro ng Philippine Blue Girls na ika nga ay nakapasok dun sa World Cup qualifying na gaganapin po sa Italy this coming July. At kami po ay maswerte na nasa studio ngayong umaga. Walang iba kundi si Charlotte Sales, ang kanilang third base player, si Celine O'Hare, ang kanilang pitcher, at si Elsie De La Torre, ang maglalaro ng first base. Magandang umaga, ladies.
Good morning po.
Salamat sa pagsama sa akin ngayong umaga to. At least hindi ako nalulungkot dito sa studio mag-isa. Unang-una, congratulations to everybody. Let me ask you muna, Charlotte. Expected nyo ba yung naging performance ninyo? 5 wins and only 3 losses doon sa Women's Softball Asia Cup sa Incheon, South Korea. Inaasahan nyo ba itong ganitong klaseng performance?
Siyempre po, hindi naman talaga namin in-expect na ganito yung magiging performance namin. Pero siyempre, pinaghandaan po namin yun. Nagkaroon kami ng goal before kami pumunta ng Korea na siyempre makapasok kami sa top 3. Pero unfortunately, di ba, hindi po kami nakapasok. Pero ginawa namin yung best namin and super proud kami na nakapasok kami sa World Cup.
Alam mo, nakakatuwa kasi yung mga nakalaban ninyo, mabibigat Celine?
Yes po.
Obviously, yung mga tinalo ninyo, Hong Kong, Singapore, Thailand, India, and South Korea. At sila, they were playing in their home court.
Yes po.
Gaano kahirap yun? And of course, obviously, crucial yung game niyo against South Korea.
Yes po. Talagang pinaghandaan po talaga namin yung araw na yun since alam namin na talagang sila yung isa sa pinakamalakas na mga kalaban namin. Kumbaga, kailangan namin silang talunin para makapasok kami sa top 3 kasi yun po talaga yung pinaka-goal namin, ang makapasok sa top 3. And then, yun nga po, talagang nag-connect lahat ng mga depensa namin, mga paluan namin. So, yun po talaga natalo namin yung Korea and napakasarap sa feeling na talagang nakapasok kami sa top 4.
How long did you train, Elsie, para dito sa Women's Softball Asia Cup?
Well, actually, last year pa po.
Wow, ang tagal pala.
Yes po, pero since nagkaroon po kami ng UAAP, so nilaro ko po yung last 9 years ko sa Son.
Okay.
So parang yun dahil po yung pinaka, namin, for me po. And then, nag-training camp po kami sa UPLB ng 1 week. So, doon lang po ulit kami nagsama-sama before po kami pupunta sa South Korea.
So talagang puspusan ang naging training. Nagkaroon ba ng epekto, Charlotte, yung pandemya sa inyong paglalaro, sa inyong performance, and kaya medyo naghahabol kayo, ika nga.
Opo, sobrang laki po siya actually kasi 'di ba nung pandemic puro kami online lang. So yung skills namin parang hindi siya talaga na-develop kasi through Zoom lang eh. So tas yung communication namin, isa din yung naging dulot din yung isang malaking may epekto din talaga yung pandemic kasi syempre sa Zoom lang kami magkakasama. Iba rin po kasi kapag in person tapos nakakapag-usap-usap kami. So yung communication namin mas nabubuo eh. So nung pandemic mas malaking epekto po yun sa amin. Negative effect po talaga yung
pandemya.
Yes.
Mabigat kasi syempre pag ang ating sinasabi dito skills lamang by virtual, lalo na sa softball, sa mga team sports, talagang kailangan magkakasama kayo. Celine, when you talk about this team, yung mga mga kalakasan ng team na to, and when you went to that championship, ano ang mga naging strengths ng team? And of course, ano rin ang kulang pa sa tingin mo dun sa team ninyo?
Yes, napakalaking preparation pa talaga yung ginawa namin. Pero, you know what? Nakulangan kami sa time po eh. I mean, nakulangan kami sa mga araw ng training na sama-sama. Kasi halos lahat po sa amin is UAP athletes pa. Okay. So, meron lang kami...
Ikaw ba? You're also playing sa UAP?
No po, graduate na po ako.
Graduate ka na. Ikaw?
Graduate
na rin, Charles. So, si Elsie lang ang nagtapos muna bago kayo sumabak ng full-time dito sa team.
Yes po.
Okay.
So, yun nga po. Meron lang po kaming 1 week preparation. And ginawa po naming training camp yung 1 week na yan sa UPLB. And then, yun po talagang umaga hapon, talagang binigay namin yung best namin dun sa training na yon. Mas pinaigi namin, mas pinalakas namin yung communication, yung relationship through the team. And talagang napakasarap sa feeling kasi nalaman namin na talagang All-Filipino po talaga kami naglaro. Sobrang ang sarap sa feeling na yung communication nandun na. Kung kailangan lang po talaga naming patibayin palalo para maging one as a team kami.
Alam mo, gusto kong pick up dyan ha. All-Filipino yung team ninyo.
Yes po.
Elsie, alam naman natin na maraming naglalaro na siguro Phil-Ams, Phil-Foreigner ng softball sa iba't ibang dako ng mundo, no? Lalong-lalo na siguro sa Amerika sapagkat sikat nila ng softball, baseball sa Amerika. Tingin mo ba panahon na para humanap pa ng player at meron bang plano yung team ninyo ngayon na kayo papasok na sa World Cup qualifier?
Well, for me po, as of now po kasi, ang sinasabi din po ng mga coaches namin, after 9 years, all locals na po ulit yung naglalaro. So parang pinakang pride na po yung pinaglalaban namin dito. And then parang sa tingin naman po namin, sa amin po, kahit kami, hindi po namin yes po ng Phil-Ams.
Mas masarap manalo.
Yes po, ng lahat Pilipino
yes ang local grown, kumbaga locally bred na mga players. That is very interesting. Papasok kayo sa World Cup qualifier in Italy this coming July by virtue of finishing 4th dito sa softball, yung Asian Championships, no? Unang tanong ko, alam na ba ninyo yan nung nilabanan nyo yung Chinese Taipei na, diba, that was for 3rd and 4th place, no? Yung Chinese Taipei virtually. Kasi nga by that time, halos yung record nyo pareho. Alam nyo na ba yun na miski matalo kami, papasok pa rin kami? Or nalaman lang ninyo after na?
Well, yung mga coaches po kasi nag-meeting na po sila after, about doon. Pero hindi po nila sinabi sa amin kasi nga gusto namin makuha po yung top 3. Pero during the tournament po parang nalaman po namin, nagkaroon po kami ng clue. Pero hindi naman po yung naging isang dahilan kaya hindi kami nanalo ng top 3. So ginawa pa din naman po namin yung best namin. Pero alam na din po namin noon na pasok na din po kami sa World Cup.
Paano nangyari yun? Bakit kayo pasok pa rin sa World Cup even if you're 4th place? Kasi alam ko, 3 lang slots ng Asia, di ba?
Yes,
paano nangyari yun, Celine?
Nagkaroon po kasi ng wild card.
Wild card?
Yes po, yung WBSC. So, doon po namin nalaman na 4 po yung makukuha for World Cup.
Yes po. Binigay po sa Asia.
Binigay po sa Asia. And isa po yun sa naging parang nag-push sa amin na talagang maglaro pa lalo. Kasi nga po, kapantay po namin yung Korea. Isa siya sa parang kalaban namin for top 4. So talagang ginawa namin yung best namin na matalo sila.
Malaking bagay yun.
Yes po.
And of course, you won 2-0 in that particular game. Alam niyo po mga kapatid, hindi lang naman po yan sa hindi sa softball. Talagang gano'n, may mga torneo minsan, kahit na number 4 ka, ito ang FIBA World Cup ng basketball. Kung ang Pilipinas po ang pinakamagaling o pinakamataas na Asian country sa parating na FIBA World Cup basketball, papasok po tayo ng Olympics sa 2024. So kahit na number 9 or number 7 tayo, number 8, pero tayong top Asian team, pasok tayo sa Olympics. So it's no wonder na itong ating mga kababaihan, yung Philippine Blue Girls, ay nakapasok po ng World Cup. Elsie, this is your 8th appearance, ang team, ang national team sa World Cup. No? First since 2018. Yun ang pagkaka-research ng namin dito. Anong ibig sabihin para sa inyo na itong pagkapanalong ito? Sa tingin ba nagiging successful itong program na sinimulan, of course, ni Mr. John Henry Luwilier at ang buong ASAFIL, no?
Yes po, napakalaking tulong po, lalo na po si Sir John Henry Luwilier. Napakalaki po yung suporta niya sa softball, especially po sa aming mga locals, ganyan. And then, rin po na proud po siya sa amin. Napakalaking, ina-accept po namin yung bawat word niya every game. Kasi po, sobrang proud na proud siya yung mga words niya.
So, laging, siya?
Yes po.
Lagi siya nakatutok?
Yes po, lagi po siya nakatutok. So, sobrang thankful po kami sa kanya kasi sobrang supportive niya sa team na to.
What do you think has been the key? Anong susi ng success nyo?
Siguro yung communication po talaga namin. Kasi all locals po kami. Mas madali po kami nagkakaintindihan. Kasi minsan, di ba, titingnan mo lang siya, alam mo na kung ano yung dapat gawin, di ba? Ganun po talaga pag all locals. Kaya masayang-masaya po kami talaga na kami po yung pinapunta. Lahat po kami Filipino.
Actually, yung game nyo against China, lumalamang pa nga tayo, di ba? Nung first set. Medyo, di ba? Yes, lumalamang pa tayo. So, and China is one of the world level class teams, no? So, do you think, Celine, na itong game na to, bagay na bagay para sa mga Pilipino?
Yes po. Kasi alam naman po natin na ang softball and baseball, hindi siya number 1 sport ng Pilipinas, di ba po? Pero yun nga po, nare-recommend po namin sa lahat ng mga gustong maglaro ng softball and baseball. Sobrang napakasarap laruin po na ito. Ang daming benefits nito sa isang tao. So, sana po is hindi lang po ibang sports na kilala natin yung talagang mamumuhay dito sa Pilipinas, kundi softball din po and baseball.
Oo, napaka-importante talaga nito. Alam mo, in the nag-research din ako on my own, no? In the 1970s, tayo ay nasa top 10 in the world sa softball, sa women's, no? And of course, sa Southeast Asian Games, tayo lagi ang hari ng softball.
Yes.
Unang-una, Elsie, are you playing sa Southeast Asian Games?
Po.
Okay. So, handa na kayong, kumbaga, depensahan ng ating corona doon.
Yes, sir.
Is that part of the pride na meron kayo in this team na hindi pwedeng mawala itong Southeast Asian Games?
Yes po, kasi po, nakuha na po namin yung pang 10 o 10 dekada noong 2019 po, na Blue Girls po kami. Nakuha po namin yun. And then, ang pinapaghandaan po namin ngayon is yung Asian Games din po.
Asian Games? Meron din softball sa Asian Games?
Yes po, meron.
Sa China?
So parang pinakang preparation na rin po namin yung World Cup papunta dun sa mismong big tournaments din po na pinaghahandaan namin, which is Asian Games.
Okay, so sana nga tayo'y umangat pa doon pati sa Asian Games. You know, as I mentioned, very, very strong ang Philippines back in the 70s. And in fact, very popular ang softball and baseball back in the 70s. Medyo bumaba ang popularity. Bakit sa tingin mo, Charlotte?
Siguro po kasi hindi po masyado talagang napapansin yung softball and baseball dito sa Pilipinas. Kasi, syempre, hindi naman natin mapagkakaila, parang medyo more on volleyball and basketball. So, feeling ko mas madaming mga tao yung, syempre hindi sila nakaka-engage sa softball, hindi nila alam, mas madaming tao yung mas alam yung volleyball and basketball. So, siguro kumukonti yung mga taong gustong malaman yung softball and baseball. So, I think, ayun, it's time na malaman nila ngayon na, tsaka matutunan nila yung larong softball. Diba?
Parang kulang yata ang mga liga, no?
Yes,
actually po, sobrang, yun nga po, kulang po talaga kami sa exposure and experiences. Actually, kung pagbabasehan lang po skills, lalaban po kami dyan. Ang talagang kulang na po talaga sa amin exposure, international exposure
exposure.
Yes.
And then, of course, yung grassroots, kailangan natin na mas marami pang liga, no?
Yes po.
To discover people like you. Diba? Ganun ba, Elsie? Diba?
Yes po, yes po.
Kasi ikaw, taga saan ka?
Quezon Province po.
Quezon Province. Ikaw, Celine?
Iloilo City
Iloilo. Ikaw,
Makati
Charlotte.
po.
Makati. Kita mo, all over the country, may mga player. Ang problema, kulang sa mga liga, maybe ng grassroots.
Yes po.
And I think that's something that I'm sure Coach, si Boss John Henry is going to look at. All right, let me ask you about your preparations for the World Cup qualifier for the Southeast Asian game. Nabasa ko na kayo ay dumudulog ng exposure. Ano ang sa tingin mo klase ng exposure na gusto ninyo na makuha?
Siguro po kasi ayun yung lamang po sa atin ng mga ibang countries kasi more on games talaga sila eh. Kasi ayun po talaga yung kailangan sa softball. Kahit may skills ka po kung di ka masyado nakakapaglaro, medyo mahihirapan ka po talaga. So, ayun lang din po yung isang hinihiling namin, more on exposure talaga kasi doon namin mahasa yung namin, communication namin, yung skills namin. Tsaka, alam mo yun, may inspire po kami sa mga taga-ibang bansa kung paano sila maglaro. Siyempre, pwede din natin ma-adapt talaga yun kapag nakikita natin tsaka kapag nakakalaban natin sila.
Ano ang mga plano nyo ngayon, Celine? May mga nasabi na ba si Coach Randy Dicer sa plano ninyo, training ninyo for the SEA Games, for the World Cup, and for the Asian Games?
Before po kasi kami umalis ng Korea, pauwi po ng Pilipinas, may sinabi na po sa amin yung SecGen po namin na meron po kaming training camp na gaganapin sa Japan. But not sure pa po.
Okay.
Kasi kailangan na po nila kontakin if oo po sila.
Okay.
Yun po.
Mahalaga yun.
Yes po.
Kasi marami magagaling na players dyan sa Japan. Of course, they are world champions. Expectations ninyo sa World Cup?
At least po manalo po kami sa mga games namin. Like at least kasi
mabibigat yung mga kalaban nyo.
Mabibigat po talaga.
You're grouped in Group C, Japan, Canada, Italy, Venezuela, and New Zealand. You're the lowest rank in that group. But confident ba kayo? Kumpiyansa ba kayo?
Siguro po kailangan namin paghandaan tong mabuti. Through preparation naman po siguro makukuha po namin kung ano po yung gusto namin mangyari dun sa mga games po na paparating sa world.
Sabi nga ni Celine, we are at par with in terms of skills. Ang kulang lang natin exposure.
Yes.
So I guess before I let you go, panawagan ninyo siguro not only to the fans, the Filipino people na sumusuporta sa softball, but also to our sports leaders, no, tungkol sa larong softball. Unahin kita muna, Charlotte.
Yes, unang-una po gusto po namin pasalamatan yung boss po namin, si John Henry Luvillier, sa walang sawang suporta po sa amin. And of course, our SecGen, si Ate Cheska Altomonte, salamat po sa suporta mo at ramdam na ramdam po namin na talagang sinusuportahan mo kami. Salamat din po sa mga sumusuporta po sa Blue Girls. Alam po namin palagi lang po kayo nandyan para sa amin. At talagang pagbubutihin po namin para mas lumayag po yung softball sa Pilipinas. At gagawin po namin yung best namin na kahit medyo mahirap po yung mga kalaban sa World Cup, ipaglalaban po namin ng Pilipinas. Sa lahat po na sumusuporta, maraming salamat po.
Celine?
Good morning po sa lahat. Maraming salamat po sa lahat ng sumusuporta sa Blue Girls. Siguro po, dahil sa nangyari po sa amin ngayon, maglalaro po kami sa World Cup. Siguro po ito na po yung pagkakataon na talagang mas makilala pa po yung softball and baseball sa Pilipinas. Kasi yun lang po talaga yung kailangan namin, yung suporta po sa organization namin. Maraming salamat po kay Sir Jen Luvillier sa patuloy na pagsuporta po sa amin. Maraming salamat, sir. Sa mga coaches na nakakasama po namin, maraming salamat po. And of course, sa mga supporters po namin dyan, yung mga tahimik lang na supporters namin, maraming salamat po. Sa mga families namin, thank you so much. And of course, kay God na talagang patuloy na nag-guide sa amin and talagang hindi kami pinapabayaan.
Elsie?
Yun. Maraming salamat po sa mga supporters po namin na nag-share through social media. Lalo na po yung mga previous games namin. Napakalaking tulong po nun para maipakalap na meron pong softball na nakikipag-compete sa matataas na competition. Like sa Asian Games and sa World Cup. Maraming salamat din po talaga kay Sir Henry Luvillier sa walang sawang pagsuporta sa team namin and kay Secretary General si Ate Cheska Altomonte. Hi, te. Salamat po ng marami. And thank you so much po sa mga coaches na handang i-mold pa po yung mga skills namin.
Alam niyo po, sabi ko nga last week, kasama rin natin yung Philippine handball, women's handball. Ang Pilipinas ng football, naglalaro din sa World Cup. Of course, nandyan din yung ice hockey. At ito ngayon, ang softball, mga kapatid, ang dami pong sports maliban sa volleyball at basketball na dapat nating suportahan. Alam niyo po itong mga babaeng to, I see them. When I was in the PSC, araw-araw ko po nakikita sila nakabilad sa araw doon po sa baseball stadium ng Philippine Sports Commission. And nakita ko po ang trabaho nila. So, let us pray for them and let's hope na sila po ay magwagi para sa ating bansa. Maraming salamat Charlotte Sales, Celino Hare, and Elsie De La Torre sa inyong pagpunta ngayon.
Thank you po.
And good luck
Salamat
sa World
po.
Cup.
Thank you,
Maraming salamat. Mga kaibigan, the Philippine Blue Girls. Alright, bago po tayo magpatuloy, balikan muna natin ang ilang mga bahagi o parte ng larangan ng palakasan sa This Week in Sports History.
Power and Play with Noli Iyala.
April 15, 1896 o 127 years ago. Diyos ko, ang tagal na nito. Hindi pa ako tao nito. Nagtapos ang pinakaunang Summer Olympic Games sa modern history. Ginanap ang Games sa Athens, Greece na nilahukan ng 14 na nasyon. 9 na sports lang ang dinaos dyan, kabilang ang athletics, cycling, fencing, gymnastics, shooting, swimming, tennis, weightlifting, at wrestling. Nanguna sa Olympics ang USA na may 11 golds na sinundan ng host country Greece na may 10 gold medals. The first Olympics in the modern history successfully closed this week in sports history. Alright, before we return, magba-break muna po tayo. Ito ang Power and Play. Hatid sa inyo ng Cherry Loom, Cherry Tigo, Chooks to Go, at ng True Religion.
Barangay Ginebra versus TNT Tropang Giga magsasalpukan sa finals. Painit ang tapatan sa PBA Hardcourt.
There's a shot by Thompson. Yes!
Matira ang matibay.
Jason Castro with a flurry attack on the other side.
Siguradong hindi ka bibitiw sa mga pangmalakasang laban. Tutukan at panoorin ang kupunang titindig hanggang dulo sa PBA Governors Cup Finals. Wednesdays, Fridays, and Sundays. Live na live sa TV5 and One Sports.
Sa kanyang tinig, nababawasan ang sakit sa pagbabahagi ng sariling karanasan. Gumagaan ang dinadala. Sa kanyang pananampalataya, maghihilom ang sugat na matagal nang iniinda. Dr. Love, Hall of Fame awardee as Best Radio Counseling Program at the Catholic Mass Media Awards. Dr. Love, 25 years na tayong dinadamayan ni Brother June Banag sa bawat kwento, bawat pagsubok. Araw-araw nyo na siyang makakapiling sa Radyo 5. Dr. Love, alas 10 ng gabi hanggang alas 12 ng hating gabi. Mga kwento ng buhay at pag-ibig. Brother June Banag. Dr. Love. Dr. Love. Sa 92.3 Radyo 5 True FM. Dito tayo sa totoo.
Ang first fun serye ng trending kilig duo, Gerald Napoles
Ngayon pa ba susuko ang PBA?
at Kim Molina.
Gusto ko lang naman ng simple at masayang birthday para sa anak na.
Ang pamilya ang bida sa pagmamahalan, ang bida rin sa katatawanan.
Hindi ko talaga makita kung ano nakita mo dito sa asawa mo.
2 minute to mention. Best Nainay.
Best Taytay! Best family ever!
Team A tuwing Sabado 9:30 p.m. Tutok na sa TV5.
Bida, bida kid! Best friend natin ang mas isuot para ligtas. Ingatan ang kamay maghugas bago pumasok sa class. Sa pila wag dikit-dikit, dumistansya para iwas sakit. Laging open ang window para maganda ang airflow. Ikaw at ako ang bida kid. Sa COVID di pa dadaig, sa ligtas na pagbabalik. Sama-sama maging bida kid.
Join us for a true summer sa Radyo 5 True FM. Dito tayo sa totoo.
Babalik po ang Power and Play and we are at tail end of the show pero syempre marami pa po kaming sorpresa. Ipapasok po namin ngayon ang aming i-feature in the spotlight.
Power and Play with Noli Iyala.
Sila po ay miyembro ng victorious Creamline Cool Smashers na nanalo ng PVL All-Filipino Cup at ngayon po sila ay parte ng Philippine Women's National Volleyball Team na nagtitraining para sa Southeast Asian Games. Ang ating pong itatampok sa ating In the Spotlight walang iba kung hindi ang mga volleyball superstars Tots Carlos and Michele Gumabao. Dalawang key members ng Creamline Cool Smashers na kapapanalo lamang ng 2023 PVL All-Filipino Championship. Walang iba kundi si Michele and si Tots. Magandang araw, guys. Thank you for joining us in Power and Play.
Hi po! Hi! Good day! Thank you for having us. Noli.
Ano bang tawag dyan? Kumbawa? Ano ba yan? Nasa Japan kasi kayo, di ba?
Konnichiwa!
Konnichiwa! Kamusta? Unang-una, bago ko pumunta doon sa championship ninyo, kamusta ang stay nyo so far sa Land of the Rising Sun? Michele?
Masaya naman po. Sobrang sarap po ng weather kasi malamig. Pero kakarating pa lang po namin. So, adjusting pa rin po. Syempre, jet lag. Joke lang!
Alam mo, may nabasa ako na si Risa Sato nauna na dyan para ihanda or magbigay ng konting preparations. Meron bang special na inihanda, Tots, si Risa para sa inyo nung pagdating nyo dyan sa Japan?
Meron po, binigyan niya kami ng pasalubong, yung mga chocolate. Oo, chocolates. Tapos yun, nag-picture lang po kami, nag-hi, hello. Tapos yun, kinailangan na din po kasi namin umalis agad kasi kailangan po mag-land trip pa kami ng 2 to 3 hours.
Saka late na rin po kasi kami dumating sa Osaka. So, matagal pa po yung land trip namin. Actually, si Sato din po, malayo din po siya from the airport.
Naghintay lang din po talaga siya.
Wow, talagang espesyal. Hinintay pa kayo. Well, alam ng marami, of course, napabalita na nandyan na nga kayo para to train. But before I talk about the national team, balikan ko lang yung katatapos lamang na championship ninyo sa All-Filipino Conference. Of course, this is barely 2 weeks after. I want to ask you first, siguro, both of you, gaano kaiba itong championship na ito? This is, of course, the 4th All-Filipino crown ng Creamline and your 6th overall. Pero how different is this, Tots, para sa inyo?
Well, personally, sobrang saya mapanalo tong championship na to. Siyempre, we came from last season, 3rd kami. Tapos ngayon, finally, nakapag-champion ulit. Tapos, na 1 game ahead pa yung kalaban. So, parang yung laban talaga namin for the whole season. Talagang sinagad talaga namin yung preparation and yung kaya talaga naming ibigay.
Sabi nga, Michele, ni Tots, down kayo 0-1 doon sa series against Petrogas. Yeah. Down 0-1 sa sets in game number 3. Were you ever concerned? Were you ever worried? Kinabahan ka ba?
Oo naman po, syempre. Kasi medyo shaky po talaga yung game 1 namin. And then, yung pagpanalo po namin ng game 2, 5 sets pa. And then, in the whole final series, we always lost the first set. So, laging uunahan ka talaga ng doubt. Pero every time nakikita ko yung teammates ko, talagang lalaban lang talaga kami lahat. So, andun po talaga yung kakaiba din sa season na to is coming from a very good semifinals, biglang pagdating namin ng finals, ang dami naging adjustments, ang dami naging kakaiba din sa galaw namin. So, yung maturity din po talaga lumabas, and then yung training din namin lumabas talaga sa dulo. So, thankful naman po kami na natapos kami ng champion. Kasi may mga times po talaga
na po yung paghinga na.
Kahit po kami kinakabahan din. So, may mga times talaga na okay, laban lang. So, pag may isang kinabahan naman po, sigurado may isang sasalo. So,
Mas madali kasi, di ba, pag galing sa championship na pumunta sa national team. Kasi siyempre, kahit pagod na mas madaling pumunta dyan. But let me ask you, Tots, ano ang mga naging susi? Nagbanggit na ng ilan si Michele, no? But ano sa tingin mo naging keys sa victory ninyo? Petrogas was a very tough team.
Yeah, for me, I think yung pagiging parang yung chemistry ng team talaga. Kasi even from the management to the coaches to the players, kakaiba po yung relationship na na-build namin eh. And malaking bagay din po yung sobrang competitive ng team na talagang kahit talo po kami or lamang yung kalaban ng ilang points, makikita mo na nadadala namin yung isa't isa. Yun nga po gaya ng sabi ni Ate MG, may makita kaming kinakabahan na isa. Alam po namin na dadalhin siya ng ibang members ng team na talagang, kumbaga, all in po kami. Parang isa lang po talaga yung galaw namin lahat.
Yeah.
Oo, at napakalalim ng team na yan. From Gemma to Ched to Gia, Kyla, everybody talagang nag-step up. Talking about stepping up, Michele, when Eliza went down because of an injury, you had to step up as a team captain ng team, from what I was told, no? Did you consider that na more of an opportunity or more of a pressure on your part? More of pressure on your part?
Actually, both din po talaga because it's a lot of pressure not only for me but also for everybody in the team, especially for Tots kasi siya yung nag-play ng position ni Eliza. So, syempre, it's very hard to transition because in our position, we play the same position sometimes. Pag sa position kasi namin, hindi kami nagpo-first ball or nag-receive. So, that's what Tots really had to work on. So, everybody had to deal with their own pressure. Like, ako, I had to also be more vocal, pero vocal naman ako talaga. So si Gia, she had to Gia had to step up kasi siya yung naging acting captain namin when Lai was not on court. And then si Tots, siyempre, and si Gemma, they had to take on more responsibility with the balls playing the outside position. So everybody had to make up of for the lack of the presence of Lai. Pero nandun po siya palagi. So, lagi naman niya kaming kasama in practice, in the games. Never naman siya physically nawala. So, she was always there to give advice kapag may kailangan kaming marinig. Kinakausap din siya ng coaches. So, it was opportunity din for me kasi nakabalik ako sa starting six and magkakakilala naman kami. Kahit sino naman ipalit sa starting six namin from the bench. I think kaya naman po talaga. Yun po yung lalim talaga ng bench or yung key ng Creamline is our second six din po.
Tots, gaano ka laking bagay yung leadership ni Michele? Yung sinasabi niya, again, when Eliza went down, siya nga yung isa sa mga naging team captains, leaders. Gaano kalaki yun para sa inyo?
Sobrang importante po ni Ate MG sa team and yung leadership niya. Actually, even kahit nandyan po sila, Ate Lai, present po lahat ng mga pioneer.
Ingat ka sa stand mo
Pag nandyan po sila, kasi the more po na maraming leader, syempre, mas maganda yung takbo ng team. So, sobrang laki po ng laking bagay po yung leadership ng mga seniors namin. Ito na, tanggapin mo na. ng mga seniors namin kasi talagang nag-guide po kami. Talagang tinuturuan po kami. Lahat po ng alam nila, pinapasa nila sa amin. Sila Ate Gia, talagang even yung paglipat ko po ng position, at first, sobrang challenging talaga. Pero yun nga, kumbaga natanggap ko rin kasi grabe yung support ng mga teammates ko sa akin na kaya ko to, gaya ko niyan. So, talaga na-motivate po ako to do better.
I want to ask you about that, Tots, no? Staying with you. Sabi mo nga, nabanggit din ni Michele kanina yan, nagkaroon ka rin ng sarili mong adjustment. You had to take a different position, shifting from your natural position, opposite hitter, naging outside spiker ka. How much of an adjustment did you have to do? Ano ang ginawa mo mentally? What did you have to do to be able to adjust and do well? Kasi again, as we all know, ikaw ang naging MVP ng PBL.
Well, it was really challenging for me. Pero yun nga, syempre at first, i-resist mo pa yan eh. Parang, ayoko magpalit ng
So
posisyon.
talaga nag-resist
ganyan.
ka? You really resisted?
Yung utak ko lang po. Pero syempre, pagdating ng training, kailangan galingan mo kasi binigay ni coach yung role. So yun, talagang, yun nga po, nung natanggap ko na talaga siya, dun ako talaga na parang, sige, gagawin ko to, ganyan. So, and yung suporta talaga ng mga teammates ko talaga yung kumbaga, yun yung puhunan ko rin po eh. Kasi nakikita mo na tiwala sila sa'yo na kaya mong gawin yung bagay na yun. So, I'm really grateful po sa lahat ng teammates ko and yung mga coaches, even the management. Sobrang grabe po yung suporta na binigay po nila sa akin.
And lalim talaga ng bench or yung key
Michele,
na
I wanted to ask you that. What was the most Tots, what was the most laking bagay yung leadership ni Michele? Yung sinasabi niya, again, when Eliza went down, siya nga yung isa sa mga naging team captains, leaders. Gaano kalaki yun para sa inyo?
Sobrang importante po ni Ate MG sa team and yung leadership niya. Actually, even kahit nandyan po sila, Ate Lai, present po lahat ng mga pioneer.
Ingat ka sa terms mo
Pag nandyan po sila, kasi the more po na maraming leader, syempre, mas maganda yung takbo ng team. So, sobrang laki po ng, laking bagay po yung leadership ng mga seniors namin. Ito na, tanggapin mo lang. ng mga seniors namin kasi talagang nag-guide po kami. Talagang tinuturuan po kami. Lahat po ng alam nila, pinapasa nila sa amin. Sila Ate Gia, talagang even yung paglipat ko po ng position, at first, sobrang challenging talaga. Pero yun nga, kumbaga natanggap ko rin kasi grabe yung support ng mga teammates ko sa akin na kaya ko to, gaya ko niyan. So, talaga na-motivate po ako to do better.
I want to ask you about that, Tots, staying with you. Sabi mo nga, nabanggit din ni Michele kanina yan, nagkaroon ka rin ng sarili mong adjustment. Ano ang ginawa mo mentally? What did you have to do to be able to adjust and do well? Kasi, again, as we all know, ikaw ang naging MVP ng PBL.
Well, it was really challenging for me. Pero yun nga, syempre at first, i-resist mo pa yan eh. Parang, ayoko magpalit ng posisyon.
So talaga nag-resist ka? You really resisted?
Yung utak ko lang po. Pero syempre pagdating ng training, kailangan galingan mo kasi binigay ni coach yung role. So yun, talagang, yun nga po, nung natanggap ko na talaga siya, dun ako talaga na parang, sige, gagawin ko to, ganyan. So, and yung suporta talaga ng mga teammates ko talaga yung kumbaga, yun yung puhunan ko rin po eh. Kasi nakikita mo na tiwala sila sa'yo na kaya mong gawin yung bagay na yun. So, I'm really grateful po sa lahat ng teammates ko and yung mga coaches, even the management. Sobrang grabe po yung suporta na binigay po nila sa akin.
And months
what was the most impressive? I wanted to ask you that. What was the most impressive part do sa switch o yung adjustment na ginawa ni Tots, Michele naman, for you?
Ako po yung pinaka-impressive is her attitude. Kasi hindi po talaga ganun
Kinikilig ako.
Hindi po talaga ganun kadali. Like kung ako po,
Hindi madali. Kasi hindi ka professional volleyball players. Naglaro naman ako pero I cannot understand. Parang pwede ka naman lumipat, diba? But how difficult was that, Michele, para kay Tots, diba?
Mahirap po talaga because ang dami mong kailangan matutunan and hindi basta-basta yung position na papalitan mo kasi syempre position ni Ate Lai niya yun. So it's a big spot and big shoes to fill in, and Tots had to fill that in not only in the PVL but it started in AVC because Eliza had dengue last year. So when we played international representing the Philippines last year, nag-AVC kami and then nag-Grand Prix kami, dun pa unang nangailangan namin na maglipat si Tots ng posisyon. So big challenge talaga yun kasi hindi lang Philippines pero parang Asia na yung nanonood sa amin noon and talagang sobrang laki ng pressure to bear the Philippine flag. So yung attitude po talaga niya, dun mo nakita na kahit frustrated siya, na tutuloy pa rin niya. Kahit kitang-kita namin, sobrang stress na siya. Sumusunod lang talaga siya kay coach. Tsaka tiwala lang talaga din kami sa sistema na pinapractice namin everyday.
Well, you had your own adjustment, Michelle, no? You had limited minutes the year before. Mas limitado yung minutes mo, di ba? And of course, last year, this particular conference, naging best opposite spiker ka pa. How did you gain the confidence to play so well? Yung, I mean, coming from yung limited minutes mo, of course.
Hindi po nawala.
Paano mo na-pick up kagad para, to be able to contribute that well sa championship run ng Creamline?
Actually, totoo po yung sinabi nito, Sir Nolly. Yung confidence, hindi po talaga dapat nawawala yun.
Nawawala?
Whether you're playing or nasa second six ka, yung confidence mo and yung tiwala mo sa sarili mo, it should always be there. Siguro mas nahirapan po talaga ako dun sa kondisyon. Iba po kasi talaga yung practice sa game. Iba yung bilis ng game, iba yung galaw ng game. So, hindi naman namin nagagaya yon every single time sa practice. So, yung balikan ng bola, yung babad ka maglaro, yun po yung kailangan na makuha ko ulit. Especially in the coming seasons or in the coming conferences. So, sana talaga, ma-work on ko talaga yun personally. Pero natulungan naman ako ng mga teammates ko. Ano ang problema?
Mahirapan si Coach Sherwin sa inyo. Ngayon na, syempre, ang ganda na nilaro nyo without Eliza and, obviously, she will come back. But again, magandang problema yan para sa team ninyo. But Tots, third MVP award, you're still very young. Anong ibig sabihin para sa'yo ng ikatlo mong MVP award sa PBL? Does that mean patuloy ka nag-i-improve? Does that mean na naabot mo na yung peak mo? What do you think?
I don't know. No. Honestly, when I play, talagang masaya lang po ako. And also, yun nga, hindi naman din po kasi siya individual sport eh. So everything I do, it's for the team. So even yun nga, changing of position, pag naglalaro, hindi lang naman po yung apelido namin, yung dala po namin yung buong team eh. So kahit nakikita niyo po na 7 lang naglalaro dyan, 6, pero yun po lahat, 14 players pa rin po yung naglalaro. So yung award po na yun, I'm just really grateful for it kasi yun, sobrang happy ko din kasi yun nga, lalo na po ngayon na I change position, parang for me, parang yun po yung prize ko na para sa sarili ko na na ginawa ko yung role and na binigay ko po yung best ko. But all in all, hindi ko naman po rin yun makukuha. Like what I always say sa mga interviews, hindi ko naman makukuha without the help of my teammates and my coaches. Kasi yun nga, hindi naman siya individual sport. So, sinuwerte lang talaga.
Pero hindi yan na magiging pero hindi yan na magiging permanent position mo. You wanna go back to your natural position. Ganun ba, Tots?
I don't know, maybe. But syempre, we'll always hanapin naman po natin yung comfort zone natin eh.
Tama.
Yeah, at the end of the day,
actually,
sila coaches pa rin po yung
bigyan natin si Sir Nolly ng insider. Papantap po yan si Gia Marado.
Yan naman yan. Yan ang hot take of the day at announcement.
Ate Gia,
Talking about Gia, of course, she's in the national team as well. And let's talk about the national team, ladies, no? Kasi kayo nandiyan sa Japan to train for the Southeast Asian Games. Hindi pa nga kayo nakakababa sa ulap, trabaho na kagad, no? Ang sinabak ninyo. And it's a major shift, of course, a crucial part of your training will be in Japan. Unahin kita muna, Michele. Obviously, mahirap. Picking yourself up from a championship, all that pagod na ginawa ninyo. Pero ano ang nagpapadali dyan sa challenge na yan para sa'yo?
Yung nagpapadali po is medyo marami kaming magkakasama dito from our club team. So we're 7 here representing the Philippines and Creamline. So we're very happy and proud na magkakasama kami. So kahit minsan mahirap to adjust to a new system or to adjust to new team, new teammates, masaya naman po kasi magkakasama kami. And yung team naman din po, so far, talagang maganda rin naman po yung pakikisama namin sa isa't isa in yung chemistry. So, it's really been a good couple of days.
How do you see your role dito sa national team, Tots? Of course, ang daming magagaling dyan. Nagpinagsama-sama kayo in a selection of players. How do you see your role now?
I think more on dun talaga sa tulungan pa din po. Kasi, yun nga, parang kumbaga best of the best dito sa national team. So, kung ano pong kailangan ng mga coaches, kung sino ipasok, syempre, kailangan lang po namin gampanan kung ano yung kailangan namin gawin at that moment. So, we're not really thinking too much, honestly. It's just, naglalaro lang talaga kami and training for and preparation. Yun nga, condition and talagang yung sistema po namin, nina-adapt pa rin po namin yung sistema ni Coach Jorge. And yun nga, yung relationship namin with the teams, with other players also, since we came from different teams, syempre kailangan ayusin po yung connection sa setter, sa defense, ganito, ganyan. So, marami pa pong trabaho. So, yun muna po yung iniisip din namin.
Well, nabasa ko that one of the things na gusto nyong ipasok dyan sa kultura ng national team is yung happy, happy mantra ng Creamline Cool Smasher. So, I wanna ask the two of you, ano ba yung happy, happy mantra ng Creamline and why does it make your team very successful? And how do you think will this help the national team? Michele, I'll start with you.
Ako po, sir, I think yung happy-happy mantra namin sa Creamline, no matter what you're going through, mahirap man yung training, nag-aasaran man kami,
which is always.
Kasi sobrang competitive po talaga namin sa Creamline. As in, yung mga coaches namin, di nila kailangan magalit kasi kami mismo pinapagalitan namin yung isa't isa. We correct each other, we help each other on the court, kung ano yung mga adjustments na gagawin namin, but we do it all with a smiling face. So, kailangan happy-happy talaga when you kahit nag-aaway-away na kami, happy ba rin? Example.
Smile ka lang.
So, mahirap siyang iintindihin talaga at first, pero I think yun yung nagpapa-encourage sa amin. Is lagi lang namin iti-take lightly or mag-joke around kami. So sana dito na rin sa national team, things are serious. Yes, mahirap yung practice, pagod kami. But if you love the sport, if passionate ka, lalabas yun sa court. So kailangan talaga yung love mo for the sport yung lalabas. So happy lang talaga kami.
Yan po ang panayam natin. Sayang at hindi natin mabuo. But kung gusto niyo pong mapanood ang buong interview nila Michele at ni Tots, please go to our Facebook page ng Power and Play at mapapanood niyo yung buong interview ng ating mga winners ng Creamline Cool Smashers. Again, maraming salamat kay Michele Gumabao at Tots Carlos. Good luck dyan sa Japan sa training ng ating national team. Bago po tayo magtapos, announce ko lang ang mga nanalo sa ating Joyride Super Up Top Up promo na mananalo ng 1,000 pesos e-wallet credits. Si Justin Bragado, Stephanie Nicole Limuco, Andrea Beatriz Salaw Santiago, Kenneth Lloyd Agsalud at si Randy Manangat. Congratulations, 1,000 pesos e-wallet credits para sa inyo. At doon naman sa ating mga Pulso winners, ang dami-dami po nagpadala ng kanilang sagot kung sino sa tingin nyo ang crucial player para sa Ginebra. At sa TNT, ang ating pong nanalo ay si Zaldi Cosep Sasonia. Yan po yung kanyang sagot, no? Napakahaba. For me, the crucial players for Ginebra, Pringle, at marami pang iba. At yung pangalawang nanalo ay si Sir Jong Aguls. Sir Jong Aguls. Kayo po ay makakatanggap ng PM. Nanalo po kayo ng 2 gift certificate mula sa Chooks to Go, ang nag-iisang manok ng bayan. Maraming salamat sa lahat ng mga nagpadala ng kanilang komentaryo sa Pulso ng Bayan. Alright mga kapatid, that'll do it for us this Saturday. Again, marami po salamat sa inyong pagsubaybay. Sa ating po, lagi ko po sinasabi tuwing Sabado, bawal ang masungit. At sa lahat po ng ating gawain, ad maiorem Dei gloriam, all for the greater glory of God. Kami po ang 1PH Teleserbisyo para sa Pilipino. Susunod na po ang inay ko po. Happy Sports Weekend mga kapatid! More power, more play.
Sa kapwa ko Pilipino, ipagmalaki ang galing na meron tayo. Ilantad ang likas nating talento at magdala ng saya sa mundo. Sa harap ng pagsubok ay di susuko. Para sa pangarap tayo'y porsigido. Magpakitang gilas na at huwag magpatalo. ng Pilipino. Yan ang Pinoy. Mula noon at hanggang ngayon, talento natin ang bida. Mula sa simpleng bakuran hanggang entablado natin ipakita. May pagsubok man ng Pinoy, pinalalakas ng saya. San man tayo sa pulo, tsumbe, sibay, lakay, amiga. Sama-samang pakita ang galing natin katropa sa kapwa ko Pilipino.